So, what's the most valuable gift you've ever gotten? I mean, really, was it about the price tag, or was it something more? We're going to dive right into that question today by unpacking one of the all-time classics, O. Henry's incredible story, The Gift of the Magi. It's a timeless tale about love, sacrifice, and what gifts are really worth.
Everything kicks off on Christmas Eve with this number, $1.87. That's it. After months of pinching every single penny, this is all the money our main character, Della Dillingham Young, has scraped together to buy a Christmas gift for her husband Jim. You can just feel the desperation in that number, can't you?
And their financial struggle is, well, it's everywhere you look. O. Henry just paints this heartbreaking picture of their deep poverty. You know, the rundown apartment, a broken doorbell, and this quote about the mirror. It's not just some random detail, it's a perfect symbol for how small and squeezed their world feels.
So at the very heart of this story, we have Jim and Della Young. And their biggest problem isn't just that they're broke. It's about how they can possibly show their deep, deep love for each other when they're facing this kind of crushing poverty. And believe me, the stakes are sky high for both of them. Jim, he's only 22, and his salary just got slashed so badly he doesn't even have a decent coat for the winter. Meanwhile, Della is absolutely heartbroken that her tiny savings won't get him a gift that she feels he truly deserves. But, and this is a big but, despite being so poor, they have two possessions that make them feel incredibly rich, things they value more than anything else in the world. On Della's side, you have her hair. It's not just long, it's this magnificent, shining cascade of brown that falls all the way past her knee. And for Jim, it's his gold watch, a beautiful heirloom passed down from his grandfather. These are not just things, they are literally their pride and joy. And here's the crucial part. That hair and that watch were symbols. In a world that often judges you by what you own, these two treasures were their way of saying, we have worth. They were proof that despite the shabby apartment, they had a value that went way beyond money. So Della is staring into that narrow little mirror, clutching her $1.87, and then it hits her. A sudden, desperate idea. An idea that's going to demand the ultimate sacrifice. So first comes this absolutely gut-wrenching decision. She's going to sell her hair, her pride and joy. She runs to a shop and sells it for a cool $20. And with that money, she spends 2 frantic hours scouring the city until, finally, she finds it, the perfect gift for Jim's watch. But why this specific gift? O. Henry tells us the simple platinum chain was a perfect reflection of Jim's character. It wasn't flashy or loud. It was understated. It had, as the story says, quietness and value, just like the man she loved so much. Okay, so all of this sets the stage for the story's famous, absolutely heart-wrenching climax. Della gets home, does her best to curl her new short hair, and just waits. She waits for Jim to walk through that door. This is the moment of truth.
And you have to understand, her biggest fear wasn't really about the hair itself. It was what it represented. She was terrified that without her beautiful long hair, Jim might not think she was pretty anymore, that maybe he might even love her a little less.
When Jim finally walks in, his reaction is, well, it's weird. He's not angry. He's not sad. He just freezes. He just stares at her with this expression she absolutely cannot read. He's just stunned.
To try and explain his shock, he hands her a package. And inside, oh man. Inside is a set of gorgeous tortoiseshell combs. The exact ones she had admired in a shop window for ages. The perfect gift for the hair that was now lying on some shop floor. And that's just the first layer of this story's tragic irony. But Della, she recovers pretty quickly. She hugs the combs to her chest and reminds him that her hair grows fast. And then, buzzing with excitement, she holds out her gift to him, the beautiful platinum chain for his watch.
You can just feel her anticipation, can't you? She's so proud of what she did, of the perfect gift her sacrifice bought. She's telling him to put it on his watch right away, still not seeing the full, devastating picture.
And then, O. Henry delivers the final, masterful twist. Jim just kind of collapses on the couch and gives her a little sad smile, and he tells her he sold his prized gold watch to get the money to buy her those combs. Both of their sacrifices made the other's gift completely, materially useless.
So, was it all for nothing? Was it just a terrible, ironic mistake? Well, no.
This is where the story pivots from being just a sad tale into a really profound lesson. O. Henry connects their story all the way back to the original gift givers, the Magi.
The narrator explains that the Magi, the wise men, were the ones who brought gifts to the baby Jesus. They basically invented the whole art of giving Christmas presents. And then he draws this really direct and powerful line between them and this poor young couple.
Let's think about what their gifts were really made of. The material worth? Well, that's basically zero now, right? That's just a tiny sliver. The real value, the biggest part of this whole thing, wasn't in a chain or some combs. It was in the massive, selfless, sacrificial love that was behind them. That was the real gift.
And that brings us to the story's powerful, beautiful final message. O. Henry basically says that, yeah, Jim and Della might look foolish to some people. They sacrifice their greatest treasures for things they can't even use. But in reality, they are the wisest of all, because they understood that the love behind a gift is worth so much more than the gift itself.
Which really just leaves us with this one final thought to chew on. In a world so full of stuff, the story of Jim and Della kind of forces us to ask ourselves, what does it truly mean to give wisely? What is the most valuable gift we can really offer someone we love?